Welcome everybody. So we are waxing with the moon. We had a new moon last week. We'll have a full moon next week. So with this uplift, rising energy, we are going to continue with the theme of relationships and focusing, starting with the core, which we did last week, and feeling the ripple effect that's coming out from the core to feel a deeper relationship with our body. And we're going to start on our backs in Shavasana. I know for some people, they're like, yes, that's my favorite pose to start in it. So lying on your backs. I'll come down too so you can see me. And so in Shavasana, for us to get into our optimal position, we can press the back of the head and lift the heart space and drag the shoulder blades down so the arms come along the side, the body, palms facing up, and then lift the hips by flexing the feet and try and lengthen out the lower back, drawing the pubic bone towards the navel just for a moment, and then land the hips back down and walk the feet away, letting the feet fall apart. And just taking this moment to land, to feel the support of the earth underneath the body, breathing in and out through the nose, and letting the body feel really heavy, sinking into the earth. Connecting with the breath, breathing in and out of the nose if you can, and start to inflate the belly on the inhale and let it sink back down to earth on the exhale. And just giving yourself this time to land and transition from whatever's been happening in your life before this moment. And you can close the eyes, let the eyeballs sink back into the sockets. And as you're breathing, I'd like you to draw your awareness to your belly. I'd like you to imagine that you are a fallen tree lying in the forest. And your trunk, the center of your trunk, your belly, as you breathe and inflate the belly, we're going to imagine little mushrooms popping up from your trunk. So every time you take a deep breath in and you push the belly, inflate it, little mushrooms are going to pop up on your trunk. Exhale, let it sink back down. Deep breath in, expanding, popping the mushrooms up on the bark of your trunk, and then exhaling, sinking back down. And it is mushroom season. You might have noticed them popping up everywhere. They love the wet and the warmth that's coming from the end of the summer. And we're going to imagine these little mushrooms popping up from our core, spreading like a mycorrhizal network, which is the way in which the trees talk to each other through a fungal network underneath the earth. So as you take a deep breath in and inflate the belly, the mushrooms are going to pop out. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in and lift the pelvic floor. So we're starting the ripple effect, the spreading. Inhale, expanding belly, the pelvic floor naturally expands. Exhaling, drawing the belly in, lifting pelvic floor. We're going to ripple that effect a little bit more. Inhale, expanding, popping up mushrooms. Exhale, as you draw the belly in, we're starting a little pelvic tilt, drawing the pubic bone towards navel. Inhale, let the pubic bone roll away, expand belly, pelvic floor expands. Exhaling, pubic bone towards navel, give the butt a little squeeze, draw the pelvic floor up. Let's continue the ripple effect. Breathing in, expanding, inflating, as large as you can now. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor, draw, squeeze the glutes, and now flex the feet. So we're extending all the way down our legs to activate. Inhale, expand pelvic floor, expand belly, mushrooms popping up. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, flex feet. Now press into the backs of the hands so we feel the shoulders connect all the way down the arms. Inhale, expanding belly. Feel that breath going all the way around the body as you lift. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, flex feet, press the backs of the hands, and now press the back of the head, the third eye, into the earth. Inhaling, expanding, lengthening, the feet will roll away, the belly will lift. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, flex feet, press the hands, pelvic floor, now lift heart space. Inhale, relaxing, lengthening. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, squeeze glutes, lift pelvic floor, flex feet, press the backs of the hands, third eye, and lift heart space. And deep breath in, relax. Just allow the breath to return to normal. And then let's draw the knees in towards the chest, give ourselves a loving hug and a rock. And then we're going to drop the soles of the feet onto the earth, bending the knees. And we're going to do the same thing with a bridge pose. But this time we're going to reach the arms above the head. Feet a little bit wider than hip distance, and start with the pubic bone towards the navel so the lower back is flat. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw pubic bone towards navel. Inhale, expand belly. Those mushrooms popping up. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor. Inhale, expand belly. Lengthening. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, give the glutes a little squeeze. Inhale, expand belly, lengthening. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes, press the soles of the feet into the earth, give the inner thighs a little squeeze. Inhale, expand belly, mushrooms popping up. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes, press the feet, inner thighs squeeze. Now press the back of the hands, the fingernails into the earth to connect to the shoulders. Inhale, relax, expand belly. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, inner thighs, press feet, press back to hands. Now lift as high as you can. Inhale, lower, expand belly. We're going to do one more time. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, pelvic floor lift, squeeze glutes, inner thighs, press feet, press hands, and lift as high as you can, holding, and then inhale, relax. And we can straighten the legs and take a big stretch here. Deep breath in. And exhale, draw the arms alongside the body. Let's bend the knees and turn onto our side and then all the way onto our bellies. And this is when we're going to need our blankets. Now, if you have any lower back twinginess, you're going to keep the roll of your blanket small, okay? Because we're going to place it underneath our bellies. And again, if you have any abdominal issues going on, and this doesn't feel good, but it might also feel good to release tension. So we're going to lie our belly over the rolled up blanket. And I'm going to cue for those who do have lower back tweakiness going on. Now this is really, really good for activating the digestive system. We're going to bring the forehead down. I'm going to keep my head turned to the side so you can hear me, but I'd like you to keep your forehead down like this. So we're going to do the same thing, activating from the belly, extending out through the fascia, which is our mycorrhizal network. Okay, so let's start with breathing into the belly, expanding it, and breathing out. And you'll realize you've really got to push the belly into the blanket to be able to expand it. This is going to wake up our abdominal muscles. Breathing in, expanding. Breathing out, sinking to the earth. Deep breath in, expanding. As you exhale, draw the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Deep breath in, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, give the glutes a little squeeze in the butt. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes. Start to lift the heart space. Inhale, relax back down, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, lift heart space, press fingers and toes into the earth to activate into our arms and legs. Inhale, relax, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press hands and feet into the earth, lift heart space a little higher. If you have any lower back issues, don't feel that you need to come all the way up. Inhale, relax, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press toes, press into hands and lift heart space, perhaps coming onto forearms. Inhale, lower back down, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press into hands and feet, lift heart space, maybe bringing elbows in to start to lengthen the arms. Inhale, lower, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press into hands and feet, option to come up as high as feels good, maybe even lifting the thighs off the floor. Inhaling, lowering, expand belly. Exhale, one more. Draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press hands and feet. Option to lengthen and lift as high as you can, expanding to the full tips of your entire body. Inhale, letting it go. From here, we're going to tuck the toes so we can push ourselves back into a child's pose, removing your blanket unless you would like to use it for your forehead. So we're starting to realize, hopefully, that we can cause a ripple effect through our fascia, starting at our core, like the mushrooms, like the mycorrhizal network, sending out signals which enable us to connect through the full spatial tissue of our entire sense of being, which can change our relationship with the way in which we feel and experience the self. Let's take a deep breath in and exhaling, sinking to the earth. Deep breath in, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, press into fingertips and press the tailbone down towards the ground. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, little squeeze of the glutes. As you press the hands, direct the tailbone down towards the ground. One more, deep breath in, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, little squeeze of the glutes, press the hands away, press the tailbone down towards the ground. On the next inhale, let's look towards the hands, and as you exhale, drag forward up into tabletop position. And let's have a move here in any way that feels good. If you want to snake or barrel. If the wrists are painful, option at any point to come into clenched fists or forearms. Let's bring a sense of wildness into our movement. Maybe mimicking a cat or any other animal. That helps us draw our awareness inwards and listening for any sounds of the body, any crackles, creaks, groans. And then let's meet back in our tabletop position, and we're going to do our Agnisara, our fire essence breath, to really light up at the center of our being, drawing our awareness to our abdominal band and firing up our digestive system. So I know many of you are used to this, but for those who haven't or have forgotten the breath, I'm just going to talk it through very quickly. So we breathe in through the nose to inflate the belly, and we breathe out strongly through the mouth, snapping the belly up into the rib cage, and then holding the breath, we pump the belly in and out. So it looks like this. When you can't pump anymore, you breathe in, lifting chin, chest, tailbone, and then exhale, relax, and have a sway. Okay, so I can't talk whilst doing it, so I'll talk you through it. Let's meet on an exhale. Breathe in through the nose. Strong exhale through the mouth. Suck the belly up into the rib cage. Holding the breath, pump the belly in and out. Now, if this doesn't feel good for anybody, if you're menstruating or you have any ulcers or any sort of belly issues going on this morning and this doesn't feel good, just do deep belly breaths. You don't need to do the pumping. And when you can't pump anymore, you've run out of breath, you're going to inhale, lift chin, chest, tailbone, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, let the neck go, and have a sway to release. Letting the belly release. I'm going to do 2 more rounds. So meeting back in a stationary position. Let's meet on an exhale. Inhale through the nose. Strong exhale through the mouth. Suck the belly up into the rib cage. Hold the breath, and then pump the belly. This is waking up your digestive system. It's really good for constipation. It's also really warming for the body. So if you're ever feeling cold, this is a great breath work to do. And then inhale, lifting chin, chest, tailbone. Exhale, letting it go. Having a sway. So we're going to do 1 more round. Option to pump as fast as you can. Okay, but if that doesn't feel right for you, if you want to just do deep belly breathing or keep it slow, then please choose that option. Okay, so let's meet on an exhale. Inhale through the nose. Strong exhale through the mouth. Suck the belly up into the rib cage. Hold the breath. Pump as fast as you can. When you can't pump anymore, breathe in, lift your chin, chest, tailbone, lengthen the abdominal band. Exhale, let it go. And then let's take the knees wide, sit back onto the heels, back down into a child's pose. This time, if you'd like to bring the palms together and bend the elbows so the hands come towards the nape of the neck, that's an option. Other option is to slide the hands forward and keep the hips high if you want to go deeper into the shoulders. And just take a few breaths to relax and just observe if there's any changes of temperature in your body after doing the Agnisara, the fire essence breath. Are there any parts of your body that you feel more aware of than you did before the practice began? And now bring your awareness back to your breath, expanding the belly on the inhale. Exhaling, drawing belly in, lifting pelvic floor. Inhale, expanding belly. Exhale, drawing belly back, lifting pelvic floor, little squeeze of the glutes. Inhale, expanding belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, little squeeze of the glutes, and you can press the hands together or into the earth. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press hands, direct tailbone down towards the ground. 1 more, expand belly. Exhale, belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press hands, direct tailbone, feeling that full body connection. Inhale, softening. Exhale, dragging the heart space along the earth towards the hands into tabletop position. From here, we're going to relax the neck, press the hands and feet into the earth, and then option to hover the knees. And it is only an option, And let's try to draw the belly back, feel that center of our being, and then we can slowly press our sit bones back towards our hands. If your wrists are sore, keep the knees grounded. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting the hips high into the sky, into downward facing dog. If your wrists are sore, you're welcome to drop the knees and working downward facing puppy. If you are lifted, you can pedal the legs to release the calves and the hamstrings. Other option is to come onto fists. And then let's draw awareness to our center of our being by taking a deep breath in, expanding the belly, exhale, draw the belly in, lift pelvic floor, give the glutes a little squeeze and press into hands and feet, drawing the heart space towards the thighs. Feeling that ripple effect through our fascia. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Keeping that feeling of connection with the breath still flowing in and out of the body. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Drawing the belly in, lifting pelvic floor, little squeeze of the glutes, pressing hands and feet. One more, deep breath in and deep breath out. Belly, pelvic floor, glutes, hands, feet. Then lifting the heels and tiptoeing towards the hands. Coming into a forward fold. Now you may wish to grab the insides of the elbows. Other option is to hold on to bricks or a chair if you don't want to go so deep. And let's just have a sway. A sway from side to side. So we're getting a full length of the feet from a vertical perspective. And then let's go between our heels and our toes. And we may wish to lift the toes as we rock forward and back. And then let's sink the feet into the earth like they're sinking into sand, spreading the toes wide, and draw our awareness up our legs by pressing our inner thighs apart, scooping the belly in, lifting the pelvic floor, directing the tailbone up towards the sky, and then letting the arms feel extra heavy to draw the crown of the head down towards the ground. And we may wish to make tiny circles with the shoulders from one direction and then changing direction. Let's take a deep breath here. And exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, little squeeze of the glutes, press the feet into the earth and drop the arms down towards the ground. And then let's take a bend in the knees so we can release the arms, coming up with a straight back if you have any lower back issues, or uncurling vertebrae by vertebrae until we come all the way up to standing. And we're just standing normally to start with, and just notice how you stand habitually, so where we haven't started to cue ourselves. Sometimes we lean on one leg more than another, so you can have a little sway from side to side. Have a think which one you would be most likely to slump into. Sometimes we jut our hips forward, so we can have a go of doing that. And we can slump our shoulders forward. Have a think about whether you're likely to stand like that. Some of us hinge off our knees, pressing the knees back and jutting the stomach forward. This is definitely one of my habitual postures, is to lean back, crushing my lower back. Okay, so these are the ways that we sometimes stand when we're not thinking about it. And let's come into a more connected mountain pose. But first, let's do some waking up of the belly. We're going to bring our hands onto our hips and draw awareness to where our mushrooms were growing. Let's take a bend in the knees and take a deep breath in, popping the mushrooms out, and then exhaling, drawing pubic bone towards navel. Inhale, expanding, popping mushrooms. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor. Inhale, letting it go, feeling that length and space. Exhale, drawing belly in, lifting pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, expanding, lengthening. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, squeeze inner thighs. Inhale, expand belly. Exhaling, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, inner thighs, press into toes. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, inner thighs, press through the feet, press through fingertips. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, inner thighs, press toes, press hands, lift heart space, lengthening to the crown of the head. Inhale, expand, and then exhale, standing up. Let's take the feet a little wider and have a swing. So let's come into an activated mountain pose. So we're going to draw our awareness to our mushrooms as we take a deep breath in, expanding the belly. As we exhale, let's draw the belly in, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor. We're going to squeeze the glutes so we can lengthen out the lower back. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press through toes, and press the inner thighs apart. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press into toes, press inner thighs apart, open up the heart space to direct the fingers down towards the ground. Inhale, expand belly, relaxing the full body. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press into toes, press inner thighs, lift heart space, reach through fingers, spreading the fingers as wide as we can. One more, relaxing, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press into toes, press inner thighs, lift heart space, reach hands down. Now lengthen up from the crown of the head. So we're feeling the full connection of our fascia from the tip of the head to tips of fingers, tips of toes. Inhale, let it go. Let's take the feet wide and have a sway. Let's release some tension in the body. We're going to shake hands into the wrists, into the elbows, into the shoulders, moving the arms forward and back. And as we gently rock from side to side, we can start to shake into our feet, lifting one foot up and then the other. And see if we can pause, holding onto one leg, shaking out the full foot, the calf, the shin, up to the thigh, into the buttock, shaking out the whole leg. Deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Switching to the other side, shaking out the foot and the ankle, into the calf and the shin, the inner and outer thigh, all the way up into the buttock and into the pelvic floor. Deep breath in and exhale, let it go. And into the face, let's really let the jaw go and let the cheeks go. And we can make a sound of release. Letting the lips come away from the teeth. Shaking as gently or vigorously as you like. Now shaking any part of your body. Releasing tension like the leaves in autumn down to the ground. Letting it go. Deep breath in and let it go. Let's keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to a still stationary, just gentle mountain pose. Closing or softening the eyes. Noticing any sensations in the body. Can you feel your heartbeat? Any tingling or changes of temperature? And bring your awareness back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and imagine the breath reaching every cell in your body. And deep breath out, letting it go. From here, we're going to draw ourselves into a goddess pose. Now, if you know that you're not feeling very well today, or you're working with any hip or knee injuries, just keep it really light. You don't need the feet to be leg distance apart. Hands at heart center. So let's feel the ripple effect from our goddess pose, but let's first just warm the legs slightly, because if we've not been used to having the bent legs apart, it can feel quite tight. So let's just do a little bouncing. And then let's sink as low as feels comfortable for us and draw our awareness to our bellies. We're going to breathe in as we stick our sit bones out, feel that lengthening, popping of the mushrooms. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor. Deep breath in, expanding, opening. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes. Inhale, expanding, lengthening. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes. Press inner thighs apart, maybe sink a bit deeper. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, scoop, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes. Press inner thighs apart, sink a little deeper, press into toes. Deep breath in, expand belly. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press inner thighs apart, sink to the earth, press into the toes, press hands together to shrug shoulders back. Inhale, expand belly, last one. Exhale, pubic bone towards navel, draw belly back, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press inner thighs apart, sink, press toes, press hands, draw shoulders back, lift from the crown of the head. Inhale, let's straighten up, straighten the legs, feet parallel. Exhale, relax shoulders, release arms. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Option to come onto your bricks or a chair if you don't want to go all the way down towards the ground. Bring any movement into this pose that might help you release a little deeper to the ground. So you can sway or gently bob. Use the breath to help release to taking a deep breath in and sighing or letting it go on the exhale. Having a rock or a sway as you release down towards the ground. And then let's feel the ripple effect. Let's take a deep breath in, expand the belly. As we exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor. Press inner thighs apart. Press toes into the earth. Drop the crown of the head, and you can press the hands into the earth or into the elbows or chair, whatever you are holding on to. Feel that full body connection. Deep breath in and deep breath out, letting it go. One more deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's take a bend in the knees, coming up either with a straight back, if you have any lower back issues, or uncurling all the way to center, shrugging the shoulders back. Turning to face your left foot. So your left foot's coming down the mat, going to be hip distance apart, back heel is off the floor into a high lunge, hands at heart center. So we're going to feel the ripple effect and then explore balance. But please feel free to work at a gentle pace if you're feeling that you know that you're healing in any sort of way. You know that you can make this stance shorter and you don't need to lift your leg as high. You can just come an inch or two and come back down, okay? Because I'll be instructing through it, but please work to whatever feels right for you. Hands at heart center. So let's feel the ripple effect from our mushrooms as we breathe in, expand the belly, draw the belly in on the exhale, lift the pelvic floor. We're going to press through hands and feet and lift the heart space, So we feel the connection with the earth and then lift the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, and then exhaling, maybe sinking a little deeper down towards the ground. If you want to spread your feet a little wider, option to do so. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Means expanding the belly, popping those mushrooms. Exhale, draw the belly in, lift pelvic floor. Give the glutes a little squeeze. Press through the feet, press through the hands, lengthen the spine to the crown of the head. So we feel this full body connection in our high lunge. Then we're going to use that to explore our balance. We're going to expand the belly on the inhale. As we exhale and we draw the belly in, lift pelvic floor, we're going to start to rock forward onto the front leg. We want to feel the full body connection. Press into hands, press into the feet to reach that back foot away, and then we can inhale, come back. And we're going to keep rocking forward and back. So we're going to inhale, we expand and lengthen. Exhale, we rock forward, trying to keep our full sense of balance, drawing belly in, lifting pelvic floor, squeezing glutes, reaching the feet apart, reaching from the crown of the head. Inhale, coming back. Each time that we do this, option to lift the back leg a little higher. Okay, let's take an extra breath here. Exhale as we rock, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, reach through the feet, reach through the hands, the crown of the head. Option to lift that top leg a little higher. Inhaling, coming back to center. Let's go again. Exhale as we lean forward, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, press through hands and feet, lengthening through the crown of the head, perhaps lifting that top leg a little higher, and inhale, coming back to center. Nice. We're going to switch right round to the other side. Let's find our point of connection, the ripple effect, starting with our belly, making sure our feet are hip distance apart. Expand the belly on the inhale. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, perhaps sinking a little deeper, a little squeeze the glutes, press hands, press feet. Inhale, expand belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze of the glutes, press through hands and feet, lengthen the spine. Inhaling, lengthening, relaxing. Exhale, let's start our balance as we rock forward, belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, reach through the hands and feet, lengthening the spine. Inhaling back to center. Let's go again. Exhaling, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, reach the hands, reach the back leg, press hands, lift from the crown of the head. Inhaling back to center. Option to lift the leg higher as we rock. Let's do one more time. Deep breath in, expand belly. Exhale as we rock forward. Draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, reach through the back leg, press hands, reach to the crown of the head, reaching and lifting that top leg as high as you wish to go. Inhaling back to center. Let's come back to center. Release the arms, release the legs, having a shake. Oh, well done, everybody. We're going to come down onto the ground, onto our sit bones, reaching the legs wide. Bringing the hands out in front to start with. So let's expand the belly. And as we exhale and draw the belly in, lift the pelvic floor and start to circle. Now we're going to try and keep that connection whilst allowing the breath to flow in and out of the body. These circles may stay small and upright, or you might start to circle deeper towards the thighs. And you can move the hands to assist you with that. And then let's come back to center and change the direction of our circle. Now, we probably chose our favorite way to spiral first or circle first. So this might feel a little more challenging. Keeping the belly drawn in and a lift of the pelvic floor. Circling bigger, as big as you fancy going. And then let's come back to center. Feel the ripple effect. We're going to draw the belly in, lift pelvic floor, flex the feet, press through the hands. You can either have the hands in front or behind if you want to open up the heart space and draw the shoulder blades together. Let's feel that full body connection as we lift from the crown of the head. See if we can flex the feet so much that we draw the feet off the floor. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's relax back down. So another little added challenge here is we're going to try and connect, feel the ripple effect and see if we can lift one leg off the floor. Now, for some of us, it might be that we're just lifting the knee and that lifting the full leg is not where we're at today. Okay, so see how you're feeling. We're going to take a deep breath in, expand the belly. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, lean across to one side and see if we can lift the leg, reaching through the leg. We might be that we're just lifting the knees today. We're going to flex the foot so we feel the full body connection and then inhale, let it go. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Let's just take another breath here. Deep breath in, lengthening. Exhale, draw the belly in, lift pelvic floor as we lean across to the other side, lifting the knee or the leg. We can push through the hands for support. Draw the belly in, feel that full body connection as we flex the feet. Inhale, let it go. Bring the hands underneath the knees, drawing the knees back towards one another. We're going to slowly lower ourselves down towards the ground. We can either press the hands into the earth and gently help our core. We can hold the backs of our legs for a little extra support, or we can extend the arms, which is the hardest option. We're going to feel the ripple effect. As we draw the belly in, we're going to try and keep it as tight as we can. Pubic bone towards navel. Lift the pelvic floor. Press through the feet. Extend the arms and lift from the crown of the head. Full body connection. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly start to lower. Keep that belly drawn in, pubic bone towards navel. So we feel like we're landing vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the breath flowing in and out of the body, reaching the arms away so we feel the connection right to the tips of the toes, tips of the fingers until the shoulder blades come down. We reach the arms above the head. Full body stretch from tips of the toes, tips of fingers, extending the legs, pointing the toes. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw the arms alongside the body. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest, giving ourselves a loving hug. Making our way back down to the forest floor. Let's have a go of being a mushroom popping up through the soil. Let's keep the knees where they are, have the arms alongside the body. And we're going to spread our toes. And imagine our toes are the pores of fungus, which we're very slowly going to push up through the layers of soil as slowly as we can, spreading our toes, each as tiny individual mushrooms, up towards the light until our legs are fully extended. And then let's spread the feet apart, the legs apart, as we keep breathing. And we're only going to go as far apart as we know we can hold and be able to draw ourselves back together. Let's expand the belly, pushing mushrooms through the belly and through the pelvic floor. And then as we exhale, let's draw the belly in, draw pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes and start to draw the legs back towards one another. Keep the toes spreading, those individual mushrooms, until we're all the way back. Squeeze the ankles, squeeze the inner thighs. Let's go again. Inhale as we spread the legs, spread the belly, spread the pelvic floor, feeling length and space, and then exhale, draw in belly, draw pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, draw the thighs and the ankles back towards one another. Squeezing and lifting up towards the sky. One more time. Inhaling, expanding belly as we reach the legs apart, expand the pelvic floor, feeling that sense of length and space, and then exhaling, squeezing back together as we draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, squeeze glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, and let's also press the hands, shoulders, and feel the lengthening into the crown of the head. So we feel that full body connection. Deep breath in. And then exhale, let's bring the knees back down, in towards the chest, giving ourselves a loving hug, composting back down towards the earth. And then let's drop the soles of the feet, We're going to come into a spinal twist to help us sink into the soil. We're going to extend the arms. If you don't have room, you can bend the elbows. And you can either have the feet hip distance apart, or if you want to go deeper into the lower back, bring the knees towards one another. Okay, if you know you have any lower back tweakiness, then keep the feet hip distance. You can also place a cushion or two on your right hand side if you know you don't want to go so deep into your lower back. Let's take a deep breath in, expand belly, expand pelvic floor. Exhale, draw pubic bone towards navel, lift pelvic floor, and then slowly lower the right knees down towards the right hand side. Let's keep the sensation of full body connection. By drawing the belly in, lifting the pelvic floor, we're going to press the feet into the earth and press the fingernails into the earth so we feel the shoulder blades connect. Keep the breath flowing now. Deep breath in, feeling a sense of expansion and length in the body, and then exhaling, drawing the belly in, lifting pelvic floor, pressing hands and feet, and feeling that lift into the crown of the head. Deep breath in, relaxing, expanding, popping those mushrooms, exhaling, belly in, lift pelvic floor, press through hands and feet, full body connection. Inhaling, expanding, lengthening, releasing, and then exhale, belly in, lift pelvic floor, press through hands and feet. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, bringing the knees back up to center, pausing for a moment to connect the lower back onto the earth. So choosing whether the knees are together for a deeper back twist into the lower back or hip distance apart. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor and drop the knees to the left-hand side. Keeping the head and neck neutral. Inhale, expand belly, pop mushrooms. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, press, fingernails, and the feet into the earth, lengthening out the crown of the head. Deep breath in, letting it go. Exhaling, feeling that full body connection, rippling from drawing the belly in, lifting pelvic floor, to hands and feet, crown of the head. Deep breath in, releasing. Exhaling, belly in, lift pelvic floor, hands, feet, lengthening out the crown of the head. Inhale. And exhaling, bringing the knees back up, giving yourself a loving hug and a rock from side to side. And let's hold on to the knees and move the knees away from the body. So we rock all the way down to our tailbone, imagining it squidging into the forest floor mud as we rock from side to side. Now we're going to rock up our sacrum, that flat bone right at the bottom of the spine. As we draw the knees in, let's keep rocking so we can move on to our lower back. Drawing the knees all the way in so we can move from the lower back to the middle of the back. Keep rocking so we can draw our awareness up to our shoulder blades. Keep rocking so we can draw our awareness to our third eye at the back of the head, squidging into the mud. And then let's draw our awareness back down to our shoulder blades, to the middle of our backs, to our lower back, holding the kneecaps, moving the knees away so we can work down onto our sacrum and to our tailbone, squidging into the mud. And then let's draw the knees in, give ourselves one last loving hug. This point in the wheel of the year, in autumn, the waxing moon. And then from here, we're going to make our way into our final relaxation. Pose Shavasana, the same pose we started at the beginning of the class, but this time grabbing any extra layers. Putting on socks, jumpers, blankets. Maybe grabbing something to go over the eyes to block out the light.
Making any other movements now to make yourself feel more comfortable for this final part of our yoga practice, which some rightly say is the most important part, but we only get the fruits of this practice when we have worked into the body first. So let's get ourselves into an optimal Shavasana pose. We can press the shoulder blades into the earth, press the forearms in, and then lift the heart space and draw the shoulder blades away from the ears, down the back, and lower slowly back down. Can also flex the feet, pressing the heels into the earth to lift the hips, to lengthen the lower back by drawing the pubic bone towards the navel, lowering back down, then walking the legs away, allowing the feet to fall apart. We're going to do 3 breaths to help us release down to the forest floor. On the inhale, you have the option of expanding the belly, feeling a length into the entire body. And then on the exhale, drawing the belly in, lift pelvic floor, pressing the hands, feet, and the crown of the head, the back of the head into the earth. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, expand belly, expand pelvic floor, feel that popping of mushrooms, and exhaling, drawing the pubic bone towards navel, lifting pelvic floor, pressing hands and feet and the back of the head into the earth, full body connection. Inhaling, relaxing, expanding belly, expanding pelvic floor. Exhaling, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, pressing hands, feet, and the third eye into the earth. Inhaling, relaxing, expanding belly, expanding pelvic floor. Exhale, draw belly in, lift pelvic floor, press hands, press feet, drawing that full body of connection through our fascia, our mycorrhizal network. Inhaling, relaxing, letting the eyes sink back into the sockets. Let's take ourselves to the forest floor. Sensing the trees towering around you, life buzzing in the air, feeling the soft earth underneath the body. A feeling of coming home, of releasing and sinking and feeling held by the earth. Softening across the forehead and around the eyes. Softening across the cheeks and the jaw. Letting the tongue feel heavy and the tip of the tongue rest behind the 2 front teeth. Softening across the throat and the neck, letting the shoulders go. Feeling the weight of the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and hands sinking into the earth. Drawing the awareness from the back of the neck, across the shoulders and the upper back, releasing down towards the earth, the middle of the back, the lower back. Feeling the weight of your trunk, releasing back to the earth. Letting go of the belly and the pelvic floor, the inner and outer thighs. The knees, the shins, the calves, the ankles, the tops of the feet, soles of the feet, and the toes. The whole body releasing and letting go, composting into the earth. Shavasana, torch pose, where we get to imagine the falling away of the body, returning to the earth. As you sink into the earth, the sounds of the forest begin to fade. As you sink deeper into the earth, as the body is broken down into tiny pieces to sink through the layers of the soil. And from those tiny pieces, new life begins to grow, starting with the pores of a fungus that reaches upwards through the soil. Popping up as tiny mushrooms. Pop, pop, popping up through the soil that reach up towards the beams of sunlight. They breathe in the carbon dioxide and exhale out oxygen that rises up through the air. Little particles that rise up, up through the forest canopy, up, up to the sky, through the fluffy clouds, and up, up through the Earth's atmosphere. Just a particle makes it out into space, surrounded by the glistening lights of the stars. Connecting back to the life source of the universe. Take a deep breath in, drawing yourself back down to body and earth, and release it gently. Bring awareness back to the sensation of the support of the earth underneath the body and a feeling of space above that rises all the way up to the cosmos. Bring awareness back to the feeling of clothing against your skin and the sensation of perhaps moving the tongue around the mouth to feel the teeth. You may wish to wriggle fingers and toes to bring feeling back into the body. An option to take a full body stretch. Before rolling onto one side and pausing for a moment in the fetal position, which symbolizes birth, rebirth, renewal, regeneration, the start of a new cycle. And when you feel ready, you can slowly start to make yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Keeping the eyes soft or closed and the hands at heart center. We will complete this practice with one last collective breath. Let's first draw our awareness to our sit bones and the connection with the earth, and meet on an exhale. Taking a deep breath in, lengthening from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head, all the way up to the cosmos. Exhaling, bringing that energy back down to body and earth. Thank you for taking the time to share this practice today. Lots of love. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.